Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk a bit about a situation that I've had ongoing for, I would say, about a month now. James ordered me a jersey on the Redskins website, and when we got it, it was the wrong size. Also, when we got it, they were in the middle of a conversion where another company was actually taking over the merchandising for the Redskins. So, I had to wait a couple of days to call them so that the website could come back up and so forth. I call. It was after hours, so I leave a voicemail. 2 days go by, no response. I call again. Again, out of business hours, so I leave another voicemail. 2 more days go by, no response. Couple more days go by and I call again, but this time within the business hours. I spoke to a lady who said, okay, well, I can help you. I can get the number that you need for the jersey that you need, which, by the way, a little bit later on, I didn't need the number. So she says, I'll call you back tomorrow. So yet again, I wait another day. So she calls me back late in the afternoon. By that point, I was at work. I call back on my lunch break. She's already left for the day. So for about a week, we play phone tag back and forth. So I finally get a hold of her, and she tells me that they can do the exchange and that I would have to pay $6, well, actually, at the beginning it was $8 for them to ship the other jersey to me, and then of course I would have to pay to have the other jersey sent back to them. Let's not forget, we've already paid for the jersey and the shipping fee for them to send it to us the first time. So I finally decided to go ahead and do that after talking to a supervisor, and send off the old jersey on the 12th. I sent it priority, and I sent it where they actually have to sign for when they get the item. They received it on the 15th. Thank you, tracking. And it is now the 29th, well, I guess technically the 30th, and still no jersey. So I called today, and I asked to speak to a supervisor, and the person on the line kept trying to get me to tell them what I needed, what not, when all I wanted to do was talk to a supervisor. So they finally put me through to a supervisor who apparently wasn't in the office, and I got a voicemail. I called back an hour later, asked to speak to a supervisor, get the same kind of runaround before I'm actually transferred to a supervisor. Again, get a voicemail. Then, I would say probably an hour after that, I get a call. And it was the supervisor I actually spoke to before that actually called me back. And she told me that indeed they had received it, like, duh, I already knew that. And that they were shipping my jersey out today. Today. So I'm like, why is it being shipped out today? It should have been shipped out like 2 weeks ago. And she told me that it was their process, that once they got the item, there was a 10-day processing time, 10 business days, which would be, today would be the 10th business day, which means even though they already knew that I was upset because of my previous phone calls to them when I actually got to talk to somebody, they waited to the very last possible day to send out my jersey. And I'm pretty certain that if I had not called today, it would still be sitting there. And of course then there's your 7 to 10 days that you have to wait for the actual merchandise to get to you from that point. So, and I will admit, I got really upset and I said some words that I probably shouldn't have said just because I was so angry. So I asked to speak to her supervisor and got the same kind of runaround. I don't know what it is with them about not wanting to send you to their supervisor, but they really hate doing that, and they will give you a runaround for sure until you actually get so mad that you want to cuss at them and maybe even cuss at them before they'll do it. So she sends me through to her supervisor, and lo and behold, guess what? If you guessed voicemail, you get a cookie. That's right, I get yet another voicemail, and finally get a call 45 minutes or so, almost an hour later, by a woman that is, I guess, the next step up. And I explained to her all the situation that I've gone through over the last month, and she didn't seem to really care. And in fact, gave me kind of an attitude of that I should be thankful that they are there to do an exchange because they took over the merchandising, and so they graciously, her words, graciously did the refund and the return for me. Yeah. I'll just let that sink in for a minute. Yeah. So, she did actually agree to give back the money for having them ship the new one to me. A little small victory, but a victory nonetheless. However, I will say that I will never, ever order from them again, and until I find out that another company has taken over. So I just wanted to let you guys know, like, that whole situation and what's going on, and how much the Redskins team store, the new people that are taking that over, really have a lack of customer service. It's just terrible. Oh, I forgot. Before I actually made my calls today, a couple of days ago, I actually emailed the initial lady that had done the return for me and gave me the little code or whatever that I needed, and never got a response there either. I know. Shock. Horror. So anyway, there you go. And if you own a business, or if you work in customer service, don't treat your customers like they're idiots. Don't treat your customers like they should be thankful for you being there, because really it's the other way around. You should be thankful that we're here, because as customers, we can take our business anywhere we please, and we can tell as many people as we want about our experiences, whether they be good or bad. And if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have your job. So there you go, just a little insight on what's been going on with me. You guys take care. I'll be doing a new video here shortly, because my co-workers wanted a part 2 of my drive-through etiquette, so I'm going to give it to them. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.